Welcome. This is all minus one quick shots. So, folks, real quick, today is March 20th, 2021. This is a Tuesday, and I made no content yesterday on Monday. Now, I try to make content regularly Monday through Friday, about 2 segments a day, sometimes more. Wednesdays, usually only one, because I have the live show as well every Wednesday night, 7 p.m., The Ends Justify the Memes. That is a separate channel, by the way, if you want to go find that, The Ends Justify the Memes. Links are in my description. Links are linked in the YouTube page. Obviously, they are elsewhere as well on other platforms that I post to. So I mentioned this Friday that I might not be available on Monday, and this may occur more often as I have a newborn coming along in about 11 weeks. And as that happens, my wife and I will be a little bit more busy with those things. And once my daughter is here, I probably won't be able to be posting as much, at least for a short while, maybe for a few months. I will do what I can. We will see. We will work it out because that's how these things go. I will, however, keep doing the live show because the live show is important to me, and interacting with you all is important to me. So in any case, I had to go down to a birthing center, and then we had Bradley method birthing classes later on. Very long day, spent, I don't know, what was it? like 4 or 5 hours in the car. So not my favorite time, nonetheless. But I am here now, and over the weekend there was some news, and there was stuff that I wanted to talk about. And here brings me to the topic of the day, and that is this, the branch Covidians, or sometimes better termed, the branch Covidiites. Because these people are publishing things like this. Of course, this is a meme, so we have old Jeb here. But the actual article is right here, folks, and that is from Bloomberg. This was from the 24th, just a few days ago. It says, we must start planning for a permanent pandemic. The coronavirus mutations pitted against vaccinations in a global arms race. We may never go back to normal. Okay, let me explain something to you first off, folks. Humanity has lived with infectious, lethal diseases for millennia. It's called endemic. The word that is properly used is endemic, not permanent pandemic. That's stupid. A pandemic is something that breaks out that might be lethal, that tries to be controlled. After a period of time, once it is exposed to everyone, it is endemic, meaning it's regular, it's a part of life, it is here to stay. There is no new normal. It is just part of humanity and living in a material, physical world, which is corrupted by death and disease. That's it. That's all that's going on. Yet, the powers that be wish to use this to control your life. And the reason why is because they can. So here from Threat Post, we have COVID-19 spurs facial recognition tracking privacy fears. And this was from last March 2020. And the idea being presented here is that in China, in order to control this, they had to use facial recognition. Lo and behold, on March 30th, 2021, from the Times, this is the London Times, it says Boris Johnson indicated this week that the government was warming to passports being used in pubs. And the headline here is coronavirus. Face scanning at pubs could offer key to vaccination passports. This was March 27th, right here. Yes. So just the other day, and it talks about the vaccination passports in Britain. Oddly enough, America seems to be following suit. From the New York Times, coming soon, the vaccination passport. In the near future, travel may require digital documentation. Show that passengers have been vaccinated or tested for the coronavirus. Answers to your questions. No. I don't see that you have any sort of constitutional authority to do such a thing. And in New York, this is from the direct website, the State of New York website, Governor Andrew M. Cuomo. Governor Cuomo announces launch for Excelsior Pass to help fast track reopening of businesses and entertainment venues statewide. That was from the 26th. Again, very recent, just this past week. And at the same time, we have this from Politico. Let me dark mode that. There we go. From Politico, New Jersey. Rutgers among first universities to require COVID vaccines for students. And that was the 25th. Now, mind you that this virus is not really at all lethal to people within the college age group, within your typical college student age group, that is. It just isn't. And most people that have died from it, few and far between, like anything few and far between that kills folks irregularly, have had other conditions. So this is just kind of silly. Now you could say, well, it's protecting the teachers. Well, you have a 99.96% survival rate, so I don't really understand what you're protecting anyone from other than your own stupidity and fear. And then finally, guys, we have this from the federal government, and this is going to be hard. Just yesterday from CNN Politics, Biden administration helping develop standards to prove vaccination. Now, what does all this mean? Well, it means a lot of things. It means that the government has decided and made up its mind that you no longer have rights. That thing that we call the Bill of Rights is just a piece of paper. And it always has been, folks. It only matters how the laws are enforced. But I think that that's a pretty good framework in which to start on fairness and protection against the government. Yet, kind of been ignored for, 100 some odd years, a little bit longer than that, but especially the last 100 years. I mean, it's never been followed perfectly. But look, guys, it's there, and people believe in it. And I happen to be one of those people. Now, I know it's just a piece of paper, and what only truly matters is what people do and what they pay attention to. So what does all this stuff mean? Well, it means either businesses are going to comply, which they will, like they have been, because very few people are Ann Smith from Attila's Gym, and most businesses will comply. They will require these passports. They will start doing things like this facial scanning stuff if the government says so in order to open their businesses, at least in the UK and the United States, because something happened to us along the way. Now, in other nations, like, in Greece, in Italy, I believe, restaurants were like, I think it was Italy, if I remember correctly, the restaurateurs were like, nope, not closing up our restaurants. Screw you, government. What are you going to do? But, we just don't have cojones anymore. And speaking of saying, screw off government, I'm going to do what I wish. From the Sun, we have Kiss the Bride, Weddings Return on April 12th. The bride and grooms can kiss even if they haven't been living together. Well, thank the government. Thank government. Thank science. Think all of the secular worldly things that we can have weddings again where loving couples committing their lives together to raise families, to be together solely, to have no one else within their relationship, to have a bond that God put into place for us to procreate. Think the government. Think Cuomo. Think Biden. And Kamala Harris too. Thank you, Kamala, for just letting us have weddings once again, that we can perpetuate the species. I appreciate that. I appreciate us allowing to kiss each other. And actually, if you get down into the article, the bride and the groom can actually have dances as well. Oh, look at that. Isn't she a beauty? This is just absolute absurdity, folks. Absolute absurdity in our day and age. There is no reason for this kind of madness other than that you all out there are mad yourselves because you want mommy and daddy government to take care of you. I don't know why you need permission to go have a barbecue on the 4th of July or any time ever. I've never stopped doing things. I don't know why you have. Why have you stopped seeing your friends? Why have you stopped having family gatherings? Is it because you believe more in that boob tube you're watching? That that hypnotic, like, sheeple box that you seem to worship. I don't understand why you can't see with your own eyes that you are not stepping over bodies and that it is not going to be like that. I don't understand why you don't have a conflict in your mind over the lack of flu season, or if you can suss out the data that the CDC has printed out, which I haven't looked at in a long time because I'm just disinterested at this point because I know it's all a farce about compliance. But at one point I did do that. And if you look at the data, you'll see how they conflate pneumonia and the flu and the coof, and how they're like, well, some people may have had it in this group and some people may not. And it's like, so this isn't data. This is a bunch of gibberish. I don't understand why or how we've gotten here, other than this is the nature of humanity. We're all a bunch of libertine hedonists. We all want to have no responsibility and act like a bunch of fools. The reality is that does not behoove anyone. It does not behoove you or me. It does not our loved ones, our children, or the generations to come. And it does not behoove society as a whole to give all of your independence and your will over to the state, to a centralized authority who could care less about you, because all you are to them are a number, a sheeple, a debt slave, a person who is literally a product, because we live in a consumeristic, materialistic society that it has some sort of corporate fascism behind it that wants everyone to constantly consume and be absolutely shallow. I don't know why you would embrace that, but many of you do. That's about all I have for today, guys. I know that was maybe quicker and shorter. That's the way it's supposed to be, not 20 minutes long, but hey, I like to run my mouth. So 20-minute long quick shots has been the way that it is for the last few weeks. Anyways, guys, this has been All Minus One Quick Shots, and I wish you all well.